3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. We're live. Wednesday, March the 23rd, 2022. Phil on the music. I got to get that playlist, man. I got to get that link. You mind sending me that link? That playlist link? What is it? Spotify, right? No? Oh, Apple. That's right. That's why I haven't gotten it before. I almost want to buy Apple Music just for that playlist. That playlist is, I don't know. I enjoy myself every time I come in here and I hear Sound Guy Phil's playlist. Is this breaking news? Is Adam Ritter breaking news now? Is Ritter breaking news? Hold on. What are you talking about? Second. Oh, it does look like it, yes. Gamecocks guard Eric Stevenson has entered the transfer portal. Shocker. He was shooter shoot. Mr. Shooter shoot himself has entered the transfer portal. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. I mean, that's kind of what – dude's about to go play for his fourth school. So – but you can't blame the guy, right? I mean, his coach gets fired or whatever. So here's what it is. And that's how we start things off. Mr. Stevenson in the portal. So anyways, we're out tonight at Tin Roof again, Wednesday, March 23rd. Appreciate y'all coming out again. I'm sure we'll have some of our regulars filing a little bit here shortly. Got my guy Corey in the building. We got Chico behind the bar. Again, $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball. Per previous conversations, probably not a good idea to buy 5 Fireball shots and drink them all at once. So be responsible. Rumple, not yet. Or Fireball, though. I don't think that'd probably be a good idea either. Seems like common sense, but yeah, one at a time. You'll find yourself passed out in Tin Roof. You don't want to do that. So anyways, appreciate y'all coming out. Again, the breaking news that literally just happened as I jumped on the air. Eric Stevenson, Mr. Shooter Shoot, has entered the transfer portal. So the transfer portal. Say it again. I know. I don't know. He is gone, though. He is gone. And I forget, did he lead us in scoring or not? Let's see. I actually didn't look at the final. This is a good chance to look at the final statistics, what Eric Stevenson did for South Carolina this year. No, Kusnard actually ended up leading the Gamecocks in scoring. Averaged 11.4 points per game and 4.7 rebounds per game. Let's see, what was his assists? How was he in the assist game? Not exactly sure. Anyways, taking your questions, comments. We will take calls, John. John's asking, I'll take a call. Why not? 843-790-3377. You can call and you can text that number as well. Again, a lot of stuff happening this week. On the baseball front, if you did not listen to the podcast today, I would highly suggest it. A not safe for work episode, if you will. A not safe for work episode because of what happened last night. South Carolina baseball losing to the Citadel. And yours truly was pissed. Yours truly was ticked off. You know, I joke with people that the mic is my therapist because the mic is always there to listen, to allow me to vent, to talk through things, and I certainly needed it. Here we go, last night. All right, just getting that Stevenson news out. I certainly needed it last night after South Carolina loses to the Citadel in the 9th inning. Yeah. Just really tough. And, again, we actually start the next weekend series tomorrow. Gamecocks will take on the Vanderbilt Commodores, the 4th-ranked Vanderbilt Commodores at Founders Park tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Friday at 7, and then Saturday at 2. And I actually got the series graphic for my guy already, and I can tell you guys this. It looks a lot like it did last week, where Vanderbilt leads you in every single statistical category. So it is going to be a tough weekend yet again, but we'll see how this team responds. Like I said, we'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. We all know, I think, what South Carolina's got to face. And this season now you sit 10-10. I really think this is a weekend where it's like the season's going to go one of two directions. What's going to happen? Which direction does it go? So going to be really interesting. Again, 843-790-3377. We're also talking spring ball as we continue to navigate through spring football. Gamecocks are less than a month away from the spring games. We can discuss that. Also, man, at this point, Lamont Paris, by the way, the new basketball coach. South Carolina hiring Lamont Paris. That should be official tomorrow. So, again, we'd love to talk South Carolina basketball as well. Their new coach. If you got any thoughts on that, what might have you. Again, make sure you tip your bartenders. $3 drafts, $3 rum pull, $3 fireball as well. Great food, great people, great times here at Tin Roof in the Vista. Really, really good stuff. Again, I think by this time, Wednesday, everybody should be fully recovered from your St. Patty's Day weekend, your St. Patty's Day festivities. Maybe there's some folks out there that are still hurting, but, I've got a little bit of a hangover myself from the weekend in Knoxville, and not necessarily even an alcohol-induced hangover, but what we watched in regards to on the field. South Carolina getting swept up in Knoxville. I believe my good buddy Tucker is going to be here. We all went together. A little bit of a boys' weekend. And, just really tough. So I tell you this, whatever questions you have, it can be non-Gamecock related, guys, because, sometimes it's good to decompress and talk other things and and kind of get away from it, if you will. So. Let's see. Yeah, looking like Frank Martin is going to take the head coaching job at UMass. So, wouldn't that be something? Frank Martin is not done coaching. Sounds like maybe he'll follow. Maybe Stevenson will follow. Maybe Stevenson will follow Frank Martin at UMass. Who knows? So, let's jump to, I think our guy John is calling in. We'll see what he's got to say. John, what's up, man? Fire away with your question, and we will take it off the air. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I just want to get this off my chest. That was unacceptable last night. I'm going to repeat a lot what you said. It's just how you only score, 3 runs last night in a freaking midweek game? I don't care who you're playing. We can't hit with a flip. The pitching's doing this job. Yeah, none of what I'm saying was already been said. And this whole thing on Lamont Parrish, I think it's his last name, right?
Yeah, Paris.
Yeah. Like you said, Chris, the whole process was a mess. You missed on Sean Miller. You missed on the guy that goes to LSU, and the other guy went State of Furman. I think there was one other guy that went somewhere else. But, I know Lamont wasn't everyone's first choice, but I say, hey, you took a chance with Shane Beamer. Why not take a chance with Lamont? I mean, I know he's coming from a smaller college, but I will say that there's a difference between, I know it's a different sport. Shane has never been head coach before, and that's working out so far. I'll say this about Lamont. At least he's been head coach somewhere. That's my whole thing. At least he's been head coach somewhere. And I'll leave with this, and I'll take it off the air. Duke has a game tomorrow against Texas Tech, and hopefully we're moving on after tomorrow against Texas Tech. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow. Texas Tech is really good, but so are we. But if we play like the way we should, hopefully we advance past Sweet 16 tomorrow, because we do not want to end the season tomorrow in Coach K's last year. So thanks for taking my call. Take off there.
John, appreciate it, man. Great stuff. Yeah, the Lamont Paris hire. I will say this. Before about 3 days ago, I'd never even heard of the guy. And I had somebody ask me, do you not follow college basketball? I guess not that closely. I don't keep up with the assistants at Wisconsin or the head coaches at UT Chattanooga. But he is the guy that emerged. And I don't think Gamecock fans, I said this earlier in the week, I don't think Gamecock fans really even had an issue with who they hired or who we hired, but just kind of the way it went down. Swing and a miss on Sean Miller, swing and a miss on Matt McMahon, and kind of just, I know we landed with Shane Beamer and we're all happy with that, but kind of just like how that search went, you felt like you were down to your third or fourth option. And, yeah, it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch. It makes us look dysfunctional, makes us look like we don't really have a clue what's going on. But either way, Lamont Paris, it could be the best thing that ever happened. I mean, I when you dig a little bit deeper and you look at his background and where he's been and what he's done, again, was an assistant coach at Wisconsin, did a fantastic job recruiting for them, brought in some top-notch talent, turned around the UT Chattanooga program, and, they won the SoCon this past year and went to the NCAA tournament, and they had a fantastic season. So maybe, just maybe, and, I will say this, because I think there's a pocket of people that no matter what, they're going to be upset because they didn't want Frank Martin gone. And that's totally fine. You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. You if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I am excited for a new era. I'm excited to see what some new blood can do for the program. Because I knew what Frank Martin was giving me. I felt like it had run its course, and sure enough, just after 10 years, man, one tournament just simply was not good enough. That was the bottom line. And, Frank Martin knew that when he took the job, that you got to win. When you're getting paid the type of money, top 25 money he was getting, you got to win. So Lamont Paris, he's kind of a mystery. We'll see. But I am excited for a new era of Gamecocks basketball and what somebody new can do. So, anyways, would love to hear from you guys. You want to text in 843-790-3377. John Gibbs, the reason you can't find Mark Kingston's post-game presser was when they're on the road, they don't have press conferences like they do at home. When they're on the road, they don't have those, like the media availability and stuff really isn't there. I think he did speak to the media like briefly after last night, but it's not anything formal necessarily. Tyler Winchester said he's just honestly glad to see Martin gone. Thankful for what he did, but I will be ready to see a change of play. Frank was so defensive-minded, but hasn't caught it how today's game is played. Everything's offensive-minded, had to be able to stretch the floor and shoot. Yeah, no, I agree. And you look at the offensive efficiency numbers. Lamont Paris, his UT Chattanooga team, I think, ranked in the top 40, and South Carolina was like 220th. So maybe that can translate over to here. Phil, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Again, those who are out here at Tin Roof, appreciate y'all coming out. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great people, great time. It's always a good time here at Tin Roof in the Vista. So be sure you tip your bartenders as well. But again, a lot of stuff happening this week. I mean, you got spring ball going on. Baseball's got its issues. Basketball is sort of up in the air with that hiring, And, hey, the action continues. It's an action-packed week as Gamecocks baseball literally plays tomorrow. 8 p.m. first pitch, by the way. So it's going to be a late night at the Yard for sure. But the game is on ESPN2 for those who can't make it or don't want to go, I guess. The game's on ESPN2 on the big channel, so you can tune in. Friday and Saturday games on SEC Network Plus. But, again, tomorrow night at 8, Friday night at 7, and then Saturday day game at 2 o'clock. Also, let's not forget Gamecocks women are in the tournament. Sweet 16 matchup on Friday against UNC. Elite 8 will be Sunday. I'm so confident in our win on Friday that I'm already planning on throwing a watch party Sunday at Carolina Ale House in Harbison. Yes, knock on wood, but I that is the one team, one sport on campus I feel confident in. I mean, think about it. We've already got some fans that have booked tickets like the national championship. Booked flights, booked hotels. So, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? When you know, you know. When you know, you know. So I feel pretty confident. Gamecocks should be having an Elite 8 game on Sunday, and we will plan on having a watch party, like I said, at Carolina Ale House for that. Should be a really, really good time. So you guys come on out to that. Again, you come out and you actually tell the Carolina Ale House folks, you're with TSUS for the watch party, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase. That includes food and alcohol. So really, really good stuff. But yeah, if you didn't listen to the podcast yesterday, today, I highly, highly suggest it. It is not safe for work. We'll put it that way. Last night after the game, I used the mic as sort of a means to vent. And so I apologize to anyone who might have virgin ears who was hearing some of those 4-letter words for the first time, but I just couldn't help myself. I really couldn't. My guy, Tuck, what's up, babe? Yeah, I'm about to say, I literally saw you in Publix yesterday. And we're like, yeah, we're going home, make dinner, go watch a little South Carolina Citadel, and who knew? Just a nice, relaxing night. I tell you, man, I've watched a lot of baseball. I played in college, all that good stuff, whatever. I have not seen a group of hitters so lost in a while. I mean, it just – and I'm not saying it can't change. Baseball can change very quickly. It can. It's a long season. But we are just lost at the plate. We are lost swinging it. We're lost. We have no plan. I've never seen a lineup get so – the pitcher dictates every single at-bat. We were in Knoxville. I watch a lineup like Tennessee. Every mistake we made, they punished it. And we just don't do that. We don't do that. Every pitcher makes mistakes at some point. But when we get them, we miss them. We just flat out miss them. My guy also sent me over I guess you might have already seen it because I sent it in the group chat, the series graphic for South Carolina Vandy. And in case you guys, the masses will see it tomorrow. Folks, it looks a lot like last week did where Vandy dominates every statistical category. Outside, the only thing we're better than Vandy at statistically is fielding percentage. Everything else, Vandy dominates. Everything. Everything. So, I'll tell you this, though. I think you have to win a game this weekend. I think you have to win a game, dude. You can't just say, well, just get swept. You start 0-6 in SEC play. It's, baseball, what I get scared of is baseball is such a mental game. You start 0-6, and, it can just really spiral out of control. You know what I mean? But as I said today, and everybody wants to talk about Mark Kingston, missed the postseason. I don't think Kingston survives it. I really don't. Because there's gray area in football. There's gray area. This year, I don't think he just posted a video on social media echoing this, but there's a lot of chatter going on behind the scenes from former players, parents of former players, notable people, that are pissed. So, and it's disturbing. It's disturbing over the last year, like how many of these texts and messages I've got. I don't think I've ever gotten a text of, "Let me tell you why Kingston's a great coach." That bothers me. It really does. That bothers me, It does. Yeah. What's harder to make or qualify for, basketball or baseball, the tournament? Right. Right, yeah. Yeah, because there's only one tournament in college baseball. You're either in the postseason or you're not. See, what's so funny, though, I view it so differently for the two sports. Like, I'd say basketball. For South Carolina, making the basketball tournament is harder, for sure. Bro, to me, making the baseball tournament, it's just like a no-brainer. We should be in. We shouldn't even be flirting with maybe in or out. Somebody brought up a stat today Carolina baseball, 15 consecutive years won 40 games or more. 15 consecutive years. Yes, and now you look at, and what's crazy, and granted, hey, I love the expectations. Chad Holbrook, though, in his final year, that year was a disaster. We went 35-25 and went 13-17 in SEC play. Missed the postseason. Bro, last year we went 34-23. Granted, we went 16-14 in SEC, which is why we made the postseason and why we hosted. But I mean, King's not winning 40 games, man. That's like, you know. And I'll tell you this, people think I want to call for coaches' jobs and all that. Dude, it's exhausting. I don't want to. I really don't. I'd like to talk about, I mean, I'm to the point now this week with the baseball team doing what they're doing, the coaching search fiasco with basketball. I mean, hell, I'm to the point, let's talk about anything else. Gamecock athletics is exhausting right now. It is exhausting. You know, the only thing that's on my timeline right now is baseball sucks, fire Kingston, fire Tanner. That's like all I'm seeing. It's just like, God, it makes you not even want to go on social media. I mean, thank God for Beamer. Thank God for Beamer, but I mean, you know, we're in spring ball. It's not like we can really dissect football, you know what I mean? Unless you just want to keep talking predictions, you know. This is supposed to be the time of the year we're talking baseball, like we're supposed to be. But it's so painful. It's so hard to. By the way, in case you missed this, Eric Stevenson, Mr. Shooter Shoot, entered the transfer portal. So, which, I mean, shocker, you know. He actually has one more, believe it or not. Yeah, I know. This will be his third school, I believe. Fourth school. Fourth school to play. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, he was a Martin guy. He was a Martin guy. I don't know. Martin guy. Martin guy. I don't know. He's a Martin guy. I don't know. Yeah, so like I said earlier, guys, in case you missed it, old Tuck and I, we went up to old Knoxville, which was a blast, by the way. Chico was asking about Knoxville was a blast. It was. Outside of the butt whooping, on the field, I mean, off field was great. Yeah. Oh, come on, you can't put me on the spot saying that now. Tucker's take is he actually likes Knoxville, the campus, more than USC's campus. I think here's the thing. This is going to be such a cop-out answer, I know. I think you have to appreciate each campus for what it is. They're different, you know what I mean? Like, not every campus is the same. Because I'll tell you this. Do I like the city vibe of Cola? Yes, absolutely I do. But I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't love the on-campus, like, stadium feel of Athens. I'd be lying if I said that. I mean, I thought Tennessee's campus was dope. I thought it was nice. Really did. So, I mean, I'd love to go back there, obviously, for football. Gonna get slaughtered. Well, I mean, I don't think that Tennessee football game, I mean, I guess it was partly my fault. I literally sitting here picking us to win, so I probably didn't help. But, I mean, that Tennessee game, it's not like we were a huge underdog. I mean, it's, you know. But we just got ambushed down 28-0. It wasn't even a game after the first quarter. No point in even being there. And, bro, I said it. I don't know if you saw this clip. I said it today. I'm like, bro, I'm just I just look at God. I'm like, God, I'm so tired of losing. Just spare me, please. Just spare us. We couldn't even win one game in Knoxville. We couldn't even go to like the 8th inning tied or anything. I mean, it was just pure domination throughout. Right. Never even had a shot. At no point did I have even a sliver of confidence like, hey, this might be the inning. We get the bats going. And nope, never. Never did I feel that way. Never did I feel that way. Yeah, apparently, by the way, here's a fun fact for you. Mark Kingston's at Home Team Barbecue tonight, has his call-in show. I wonder how many calls they get for that show. I mean, they obviously screen them, but I don't know. That sounds rough to me. Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, Tennessee. We were there. They're an incredible ball club, really good, talented, talked about. But like, again, I just get tired. I just get tired of. And I mean, I don't know if you heard, Tuck. I lost it on the podcast today. Just lost it. I just get tired of, well, just tip the cap. You know, they're just really good. It's like people should be saying that about us. Like at some point, it's not tip the cap. It's just go get better. Like be better. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being a Gamecock, but man, it's exhausting. I mean, it is exhausting, bro. At times, it's exhausting. I mean, nah, I ain't gonna say all that now. I told you. Hey, I told you, right? We had this conversation in the car. If hypothetically USC ceased to exist, who would I pull for starting tomorrow? I think LSU would be a fun school to be a fan of. I really do. I don't know. I went down to Baton Rouge. They party, bro. I mean, they have a good time. And they're good. They're pretty good at pretty much everything, right? You know, I mean, they're not winning national titles and everything, but they're solid. I mean, LSU's solid. Yeah. Like I said, LSU's fun, dude. Like it is down there in the bayou. That's like a different world, man. It's a different world. I think LSU would be cool. LSU would be my West. If I had to pick an East team, I don't even know if I could do that. Who? Be a Gator. See, I don't know though. See, Florida would be frustrating. Florida falls in the category of like Texas, kind of Tennessee. Well, I was going to say Michigan, but they were in the playoff. Florida State, where it's like the battle Carolina fights is we've never been good. And I actually got into a combo with somebody about this last night. They were like, you can't say we've never been good at football. We had the Spurs. I'm like, over the course of 100 years, like there are less than 10 seasons that I would call like phenomenal. So, I mean, for the most part, and I say championship good. We're trying to break through and get to that level. But then you look at schools like I mentioned, FSU, Tennessee, Florida, right? At least Florida right now, where it's like Texas, where it's like they have won titles. Like there's no excuse for them. It's almost like pulling for Carolina baseball right now, where it's like it's maddening because it don't make any sense. And then you get to the point where you're like your FSU or Texas, or you just start cycling through coaches and, you know, All of a sudden, it's just like, what happened? So I don't know what would be more frustrating. I think being a Florida State fan would just be maddening. That would be a brutal life. That would be a brutal life. Yeah. I don't know. That would be tough. I don't know. I mean, you got to hope that it's – I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you saw that graphic, my guy, and we'll post it tomorrow. But how we posted the graphic last week where Tennessee literally led every statistical category you can think of. Vandy leads every statistical category except one, fielding percentage. Yeah, tennis is nasty. Yeah. I mean, hey, women's basketball is in the Sweet 16 on Friday. I'm about to stake out it. Yeah, let's just go watch tennis. I mean, why not? This podcast on tennis. I don't know damn thing about tennis, but we'll do it. Hey, on the tennis note, Daniel Rodriguez is your SEC Player of the Week. I don't know who the hell that is, but congratulations. Apparently, we were playing NC State today in Raleigh, 3 o'clock. I'm going to assume, let's see. I don't know if they even updated if we won. It might not be over. I would assume we won. Softball plays at home this weekend. Who do they play, you know? Did they win Monday against Auburn or no? Hey, let's go to softball. Let's go watch softball. I mean, why not? I've actually never even been to a softball game. It's crazy. I've been meaning to, but normally they play when baseball plays. Let's see. Softball right now is 18-10, 2-4 in conference. Bama coming to town. Hey, Sunday at 1 o'clock. I mean, let's go. Basketball, I think women's won't play Sunday till like 7. So. Tuck, how about the video of the Tennessee pitcher throwing like 102 and it gets fouled off the dude's face mask? So this is the equivalent of somebody standing 10 feet away from you with a rifle and you're wearing a bulletproof vest on your face. just dome pieced. Here's an update too with softball. A week from today, softball plays at Clemson, 7 o'clock first pitch. Might have to cut that guy on in here. A little softball action. How about tomorrow night, first pitch for baseball, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. first pitch. Late one at Founders. And then, of course, Friday, you got 7 o'clock. And then Saturday at 2 o'clock. None of them? None of them. Tuck's out. Yeah. Well, spring game's close enough. Spring game's coming up. Yeah. And I'll tell you this, man, because I've been hearing rumors he was going to step down for a while. And I like Ray, bro. I've said it many times. I'm a baseball guy. I love Ray. But man, if he's not smart enough to step down after the spring semester, I mean, You know what? Look, how about this, by the way? This quote. Sports Illustrated, I think it was Sports Illustrated, dropped like analysis of the new hires for basketball and stuff, coaching searches. Yeah. They talked Lamont Paris and the coaching search and whatever. Final sentence was this, quote, the South Carolina search was criticized within the industry, with athletic director Ray Tanner viewed as out of touch and ineffective. Again, like I said, I get exhausted calling for everybody's jobs, bro. I don't want to do it. But it has to be done. It has to be done. I don't know, man. By the way, 163 days until kickoff. For those who are counting, for those who might be counting, 163 days. Kickoff. Like kickoff. 163 days. Well, he needs his O-line first. And I don't know if I mentioned this last week. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think I did, but what people don't maybe realize, I mean, we're going to be depending on, unless you pick up somebody out of the portal after spring ball's over, I mean, you're going to be depending on a lot of the same dudes from last year. Like, our top 8 offensive linemen are back. Now, again, you can view that as a positive. You can view that as a negative. Because people say, well, they got experience. Well, it's like, well, if it's bad experience, who gives a damn? Yeah, they got experience playing bad football. But you'd like to think second year in a system and such an immense upgrade at quarterback, you'd like to think it helped. I'll tell you who I'm probably most excited for on the offensive side, outside of the obvious. I think Christian Beal-Smith could be a stud. The Wake Forest transfer, running back. Yeah, transfer running back from Wake Forest. I think he could be a stud. Yeah, Landon Sampson, the receiver you're talking about, right? Yeah, he won't be here till fall. But, I mean, he'll be here fall camp and all that. Him and Stone Blanton get here fall semester. I mean, they'll probably get here like over summer, but yeah. Yeah. Because Stogner's not even practicing right now. Because he's at Oklahoma finishing school or something. I don't know. He's playing school, yes. Yeah. He's playing school. By the way, somebody DM me asking, is Eric Stevenson still are y'all still going to do the merch, the NIL? I said I partner with Gamecock athletes. So no, Stevie's appreciate Stevie, but you're out of here. You're out of here, guy. I mean, not that anybody had bought basketball merch in like the last month and a half anyways, you know? Here's a news flash for those who might wonder. We sell more merch when we win, believe it or not. A lot more. Like not even close. A lot more. The top 5 selling pieces last year on our store, Beamer Ball hat, Beamer Ball t-shirt, Beamer Ball hoodie, Beamer Ball koozies, another Beamer Ball hat, like all just Beamer Ball. That's it. Right. Oh, yeah, the Beamer Rattler. And I tell you, our Tennessee guys we were with, by the way, that's something I'll say here too. We'll take a break in like 5 minutes, but that's something I'll say here too. Tennessee fans get a horrid rap on social media. I mean, they are crazy. I mean, I guess our fans are kind of crazy too. But Tennessee fans get a really bad rap from people. I thought they were cool. I thought our Tennessee guys were dope. And, you know, maybe it's the older Tennessee fans that suck, but our Tennessee guys were dope. I thought they were Johnny, Sam, the rest of the crew. By the way, something else crazy happened this weekend. I actually met a Vandy fan, a legitimate Vandy fan. Old Steve. Shocking. Vandy fans exist. There's actual Vandy fans out there. Bro, he was rocking Vandy football pants to the game Sunday. Like literal Vandy football pants. I was like, wow. And what an L they held with that new logo. God, their new logo sucks. It's like Villanova's logo cut in half. Indeed. Somebody said in the chat, it's harder to find Sasquatch than it is to find a Vandy fan. Yeah. Panic Ritter, by the way, says that he will be at the game Friday, and he also says he thinks the ladies might lose. That is very on brand for Panic Ritter. Truly. That is very, very on brand. Yeah. You should laugh at him like, average? Thanks for the compliment. Average. Can you imagine if Muschamp was star football coach and then everything else was as is? Be like, I mean, we just, and that's what I'm saying. People get so tired of me calling people's jobs. I'm like, well, maybe everybody just sucks. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but golly, dude. Again, I'm not stoking the flames of the Fire Kingston train or anything because I don't have to. Because the expectations are what they are. And with each loss series, I need say nothing. And at risk of over-exaggerating a point or being aggressive with this analogy, Kingston will dig his own grave. I don't have to do anything. We go 28-28 this year, he ain't coming back. I promise you he's not coming back. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, I'll tell you this, dude. I mean, if you want to know the point we're at, South Carolina loses last night at the Citadel. I will not name names, of course. Former player that played for Carolina baseball, I get a DM on Instagram. It's 3 names. It says these are the top 3 candidates I would push for to be the head coach, the next head coach. So that's where we're at. Another former player I hit up to come on the show a couple weeks ago, DM me after the game last night. Hey, man, I think it'd be best to wait till after the season after Kingston is probably fired. I mean, I'm not saying things can't change. I'm not saying you couldn't go out there and win 2 or 3 this weekend, but, boy, it better change fast. It better change fast for Mark Kingston because he is – I mean, we're 10-10, dude. I'd have to imagine that's the worst start for Carolina since the 90s. Got to be. It's got to be, dude. I mean, we didn't talk about this enough. Do you realize Carolina got swept by Clemson? That was the first time that's happened since 1997. Clemson had not won the first 2 games of the series since 2002. They hadn't clinched the series by Saturday since 2002. So, I don't know. Again, $3 rumple, $3 fireball, $3 drafts. Great food, great people, great times. I see some faces in the crowd, familiar faces. Appreciate y'all. Let's all brainstorm over the break, something more fun to talk about. Sound guy Phil, cue the music. We will take 5 and be back in a sec. All right, cool. We're back. Yeah, taking your questions, comments. We're live out here at Tin Roof in the Vista. About to hit 7 o'clock. We'll probably go to about 7:40, 7:45-ish, whatever, and let the Shag folks come in here and get set up and everything. But, yeah, in the meantime, man, like I said, really excited. Appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate those tuned in digitally, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch as well. Let's see. Yeah, Connor McCormish. Yeah, I'll be at all 3 games this weekend, South and Vandy. I'll be at all 3. Listen, I got season tickets to baseball, man, so I'm in there. I'll be at every game, really, no matter what happens. So we're going to ride this thing out. We're going to ride it out. No question. We're going to ride it out. So I see on my MacBook the group chat right now is going nuts. This group chat I'm in now reminds me of why I haven't been in group chats, honestly, because it's just like blowing up, like constantly blowing up. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Tuck, you said you had a question. What's up? Best out of what now? I mean, football is Georgia. No question. The best athletic departments, basically, you mean? Are you talking about the big 3? Baseball, basketball, football. Most well-rounded school, yes, athletically. In the East, it can't be Georgia, right? I mean, their basketball team is so bad. I mean, I wouldn't say Florida. They just got 2 new coaches. It ain't us. I'm almost tempted to say Kentucky, bro. But their baseball team's kind of, It's not Mizzou. Is it Tennessee? I think it's actually Tennessee. Right. This year, yeah. I think it's Tennessee, actually, yeah. I think it's Tennessee. Basketball's, I know they just lost, but they were in the tournament. Baseball's filthy. And then football, I mean, you could argue they've got just as much hype as Carolina does coming in the year. They're going to be picked to finish ahead of South Carolina. They will be. I promise you they will be. Hendon Hooker is going to be right up there with Spencer Rattler, probably above him in the preseason rankings. So yeah, probably them. And then the West, is Bama still in the tournament? No. That's right, they did lose. Not great. Bama, right, just it carries everything. Good point. Good. Yeah, I'd probably go Arkansas, actually. Very good point here from the crowd. Very good point, yes. Football, again, another program with just as much hype, if not more, than Carolina. Yeah, no, that's actually a good point, yeah. Because basketball, like, they weren't terrible. They were kind of like us. They weren't terrible. They're good enough to be watchable, I guess. I mean, they're not really good at football either, though. Yeah, Ole Miss. We'll give it to Ole Miss. I love Shane Beamer, but, man, I would have loved to have seen what Lane Kiffin would have done. I love Lane Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin's awesome. I mean, I'm saying I'm happy with Beamer. Don't get me wrong, but, like, you imagine the merch with Kiffin? Best brawler? Got to be Pittman at Arkansas. Got to be Sam Pittman. That dude's a hoss. Sam Pittman, yeah, he's a big old Arkansas boy. I mean, I'd imagine. Yeah, I imagine he grew up like wrestling hogs and shit. Like, I mean, I'd have to imagine it'd be Pittman. Yeah. You know what's funny is I'll get questions like that on Instagram of like, we'll do like position unit previews during the off season. There's one dude at every position unit, he'll ask me like, all right, who wins in a cage match of the position unit? That's like always his question. I'm like, these are the important questions. Yeah, so I will miss Frank Martin's absurd quotes. You know that? Do you remember the one he said this year? And he was like, they were talking about like media, or does he feel the pressure? He's like, or no, he was asked about like media, and he's like, I'd rather be shot at than be in the media. It's like, that is such an absurd, like over the top, just so absurd. Like bro, you didn't have to take it to that level. I mean. Oh, yeah. Family-friendly atmosphere at the CLA. Son of a – like, just getting in. But Lamont Paris coming from UT Chattanooga, we'll see what he can do. I'm excited, like I said, for – I'm excited for a new era. I was just thinking, yeah, we many of you won't understand this, but yeah, we got Gould up in Knoxville. We did. we got Gould. Yeah. Head coach at Tennessee, Tony Gooligan, just really Gould us. Really Gould us. Yeah. Jesus. The Citadel last night Gould us. We've been getting Gould a lot lately. Gould me once. Shame on you. Gould me twice. You can't Gould me again. You ain't going to Gould me again. We've been Gould 4 times in a row, though. So, yeah, Vandy coming to town. Tomorrow night it gets going. I mean, that's, hey, can't hang your head about that game last night too long because you got Vanderbilt tomorrow night. So, I mean, it's just, you know, you thought last night was fun. Just wait. So, starting rotation, by the way, been announced. Noah Hall will take the bunt tomorrow night. Will Sanders on Friday and Matthew Becker on Sunday, which I would assume is going to mean Will Sanders will slide, or he will stay in the Friday spot and be in his normal game 1 role beginning next weekend. The rumor is that Julian Bosnick will be back next weekend. But, dude, it don't matter if we had Sandy Koufax on the mound. Like, we can't score. We're supposed to win every game 1-0. You realize we've scored 8 runs in the last 4 games. I mean, that's terrible. Tennessee scored 8 runs on Friday night against us alone. And what's so funny, too, is like, you know, last year people were like, you know, we hit too many home runs. We were allowing the home run too much. Watching last night, I'm like, this is the same offense as last year, but now we don't even hit home runs. At least last year we were hitting bombs. There's not a guy in the lineup I look at and like, all right, he might go yard. Bro, last year, Wes Clark, I recorded every at-bat. When I was there in person, I got my phone out for every at-bat. It's just like, it's a chance he'll go yard. Pretty good chance. So, I don't know, man. Going to be an interesting weekend. I've already done the podcast, obviously, for tomorrow, breaking down the series. And listen, Vandy's good. I mean, they got studs all over the place. I mean, they just do. It's you know, they do. Dominic Keegan, Enrique Bradfield Jr. I mean, they've got studs on studs. Like, you know, Dominic Keegan's hitting like 450. Somebody commented in the chat, my happiness as a Gamecock fan is now in the hands of a team who won 7 games last year. Shane Beamer, it's all on you, baby. Hey, are we ever going to beat Clemson again, you think? In anything? Do we beat them in swimming? Okay, yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. They're scared. They're terrified. They're terrified. They don't want the smoke. We beat them in tailgating. That's about it. Beat them in tailgating. So. Yeah. This is a bad question because you know what I'm gonna say. There's no. It's not a popular conversation to have because people don't like the thought of like, well, you can't trade this success. And it's a hypothetical. It's just a whatever shooting the shit at Tin Roof type combo. There's not a fan out there who wouldn't say that they would trade all the sports successes of every other sport, no offense to anybody, for football. Football's king. It's king. And, dude, when we're winning in football, when we're beating Clemson in football, everything's better. The sun shines a little brighter. The beer's a little colder, you know. It's good for your personal life. It's good for your professional life. You could argue it's good for your love life. You really could. Everybody's happier when football's winning and you're beating Clemson in football, man. Because when you win in football, you just always just back to football. Just throw that down. Doesn't matter what happens. Back to football we go. Now, I will say, though, I mean, I take baseball so personal. I mean, I'd love to see us dominate in baseball again. Because I feel like in baseball we have a tradition to uphold. You know, it's not like we have some crazy tradition in football that we're falling short of. But again, you know, I'm like my two. I guess you could say three if you want to count basketball. But my two like moments that I hope and pray to God one day will happen, where I'll be like, not I made it, but like this is like a dream. Doing a live show outside of TD Ameritrade for the College World Series and South Carolina's in it, and doing a live show outside of the national championship. Hell, the SEC championship. They'd be like, holy shit, we got here. Holy shit. We just made it, you know. People don't, and that's, you can ask any business owner in Cola, too. You can ask the people that run Tin Roof. Dude, Carolina winning, I mean, this city would turn upside down if we made the SEC title in football. This city would turn upside down, bro. Business would be booming for everybody. Well, I mean, I think he's higher because he's won more titles. I mean, you know, I think that makes a difference. Probably like a Steve Spurrier at Florida. Because, you know, when Spurrier took over at Florida, they had never really won anything. And Spurrier transformed. What's up? Oh, you just listened. I thought you had something. No, Spurrier transformed Florida, though. And they only won one national title, but, I mean, they were dominating the SEC. That's basically what we did, you know. Spurrier? Well, he left Florida and went to the NFL for the Redskins, and it went very poorly. And then he wanted to come back to college. And I think it was one of those things. I think one of the reasons he left Florida, too, is just like I think it can get to a point where expectations, I think, are too high. Where it's like, Dude, the guy that takes over after Saban, God bless that guy. Because it's like, bro, if you lose one game, you had a bad year. If you lose two, oh, you're done. You're done. You're cooked. You're done. You know, if the new coach after Saban gets there and they don't win a national title in the first 3 years, I think he's probably gone. I mean, it's just they are what they are. You know, the expectations are what they are. But I think Spurrier at Florida, I think it was just he had been there for a decade. He wanted a new challenge. You know, it's just like, you know. And that's why, you know, I tell people, I'm like, guys, Ray Tanner is not going back to coach baseball. Just get that out of your head. He's not doing it. He hadn't coached the game in a decade. I'm just telling you he's not doing it. I'm telling you it's not happening. No, he didn't tell me that. The reason he stepped down was literally the same things I'm talking about with Spurrier, where he's like, I've done everything at Carolina. I've won back-to-back national titles. I've gone to Omaha 3 in a row. I've won SEC titles. What more is there? I mean, I've done it all. I want a new challenge. If Tanner was going to take over, if he was going to coach baseball again, I think he would have done it after Chad Holbrook. He wouldn't have hired Kingston, you know. So, somebody asked, percentage of South Carolina, Georgia being a night game. I think that's pretty high for football. I pray to God it's like a 7 or 7:30. Because, see, they'll make the kickoff time. Like after week 1. They won't wait till after Arkansas. So, I mean, we're going to beat Georgia State's ass. I would certainly hope so. Yeah. Georgia State, Arkansas, Georgia. So if we come in, though, 2-0, oh, Willie B going to be a madhouse. So at least the beauty is this, though, is that you got a guy like Spencer Rattler. He has that effect where if he goes off, you got a chance. You know, you got a chance. He's capable of having a game like Steven Garcia had against Bama in 2010. You got a chance. At least you got a chance. So, again, I'll drop my official predictions over the summer. I think it's too early. I mean, we haven't even had the spring game. I drop them over the summer. But I would say I think even if we go 7-5, I just think the way we're going to win is going to be a lot different. I think we're going to blow out our non-conference outside of Clemson. I think we're going to blow out Vandy. I think we're going to score points. To me, it's more, you know, people are going to look at, well, what about Georgia? What about A&M? What about Clemson? Bro, I want to beat Kentucky. We got to beat Mizzou. Mizzou at home, you can't. If you beat Georgia and lose to Mizzou at home, you accomplished nothing. You know? If you're ever going to get back to challenging in the East or even get close to it, you got to beat Kentucky and Mizzou every year. You just have to. Kentucky, Mizzou, and Vandy you have to beat every year. Damn near every year. 100%. 110%. Yeah. KJ Jefferson, he's back. The greatest rivalry in college sports, Gamecock fans against each other. No better rivalry. Beautiful. Let's see. Somebody asked, aside from Spencer Rattler, who do you think could help our offense this season? There's a lot of guys. Antoine Wells Jr. at receiver should help. Christian Bill Smith at running back should help. Austin Stogner should help. I mean, if we don't score points this year, it's 100% on Satterfield. It's no doubt. It's 100% on Satterfield. Wide back, yeah. Wide back. Mm-hmm. Well, that's literally Satterfield said Jaheim Bell is Debo 2.0. That's literally what he said. He said they will have a wide back position for him. Either way, I don't care. I don't care what it's called. Jaheim Bell's going to get the football a lot. Stogner was, I think, it was hurt for a little bit, but I mean, is he going to be the number one? I mean, hopefully we got a lot of guys fighting to be the number one. DGD, the guy played, yeah, the Carry-On Joyner, he is back. Dak Joyner's back. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fight between Antoine Wells and Josh Vann, probably be the number one option. But certainly Stogner is going to factor in big time. I mean, Stogner will factor in big time for sure. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, fans do not take kindly when players hit the transfer portal. I mean, you just go read some of the comments. But this is about 45 minutes ago. Somebody said the TSUS NIL deal must not have been very fruitful. Yeah, if you think I'm throwing a $50,000 bag to keep Eric Stevenson at Carolina, you got me confused. You got me confused for somebody else, my guy. Let me beg a guy that's averaging 11.7 points per game to come back. Like he's an All-American. Yeah, that was wild though. Jim Hudson giving Rattler a truck. I want a truck. I mean, dude, I'd post the truck on social media every day. Little toy truck. I'd park it right up front of Tin Roof. Look at my truck. Thanks to Jim Hudson. I'll let Jim Hudson buy some TSUS stock if he wants it. Hey, invest early because, if you weren't with us when we won 7 games, you better not be here and jump on the bandwagon when we win 8 games. If you weren't with us at 6-6, don't be here at 7-6. It is wild, man, how winning your bowl game, how much of an impact that makes. We're not having nearly the combos we're having if we lose that bowl game. Not even close. Right. Yeah. Very good point. I don't know. We'll work on that truck thing with old Jimmy. We'll work on the truck thing. Again, guys, out at Tin Roof in the Vista, $3 drafts, $3 rumple, $3 fireball, great food, great people as well. Tip your bartenders. And let's have a night at the Tin Roof. We're going to take a quick 5, Phil. Go ahead and fire them up. But sound guy Phil doing the Lord's work as always. Yeah, we'll take one final break, and then we'll fire away with your questions, comments, everything else. So, yeah, we're back in 5. Hit it, Phil. All righty. Our guy Phil with the Gucci Mane over the break. Love that. I'm telling you, that playlist, golden, legendary. We're going to go about 15 more minutes or so because yours truly is starving, and we're going to let these guys get ready for shag lessons around 8:15, 8:30 or so, something like that. But, yeah, appreciate you guys coming out. Feels good to be back in Cola. Again, we were in Knoxville over the weekend, so it feels good to be back in the city of dreams. Hey, they ain't got no tin roof in Knoxville now, do they? I don't think so. Shout out, though, to the fine folks at Cool Beans. We basically camped out there for the weekend. It's a good time. Very good time. Had a blast. And, again, I appreciate the squad that hosted us. Really, really good time. Let's see. See, that's what I'm saying. The funny thing is most Carolina fans say like how much they hate Tennessee fans, and you're saying they're the nicest fan base in the conference. That's a hell of a take, man. It's a take that is very contrary to the popular opinion. But hey, that's your firsthand experience. I mean, this is my take on it. Every fan base has shitty fans. Now, are Georgia fans a little worse? Yeah. They're a little worse. I mean, I see what he's saying. I get it. I get it. No, I mean, every fan base has bad fans. I mean, every fan base. Yeah, Tennessee fans though being nice. I'd expect. I would expect. You know who I'd expect? Here's a fun conversation. Who would I expect to be the nicest fans and the worst fans from each division in the SEC? I would honestly, in the East, I would expect Missouri fans to be nice. You know what I mean? Like I just that Midwestern. They don't really have anything to be like a douche about, anyways. You know what I mean? It's not like they've won a whole lot. So I'd expect Mizzou from the West. They're all kind of just like absurd. Probably like Mississippi State, you know? Sound guy Phil's just going to nod and agree. And then the worst fans on each side. We got my guy tuned in here. He's a Georgia guy, but I'm sorry, man. I mean, it's got to be Georgia. Georgia fans are brutal. Some of them are just brutal. And then the West. You think Bama? I think A&M, man. Colt-like fans, bro. A&M fans are like Clemson fans without all the winning. I'm saying A&M fans are like Clemson fans without all the winning. A&M just doesn't have the wins that Clemson has. But like the Colt-like approach. Yeah. Have you been to it? I've never been either. Like 120,000, something crazy. I mean, it's obviously not that many, but it's 3 levels. Big 12. Yeah. Before that, they were in the Big 8. Way back in the day. Yeah, Big 12. They were like playing Texas every year. I would imagine Texas is bigger, but I don't know the official statistics or anything like that. I can't say 110% for sure, but I would assume Texas would be everything's bigger in Texas. Horns down. Horns down. Horns down. Hey, if nothing else, no matter what happens the rest of this baseball season, horns down, baby. Horns down. Tucker's literally walking into the game, Carolina, Tennessee. He's just like, horns down, baby. Horns down. What's funny, Tennessee fans hate Texas too. I think everybody that's not a Texas fan kind of hates Texas. Again, there's no excuse for Texas to be bad. None. Yeah. Hold on, which guy are you talking about again? God, if you wouldn't have asked me, I would have. Gunnar Stockton. Yeah. I mean, I just say this: anybody who is committed to Will Muschamp and Mike Bobo, I kind of question your sanity, like truly. And you're a quarterback? Okay, yeah, I question your sanity. I don't know, man. I just want to win so badly. I hate losing. I really do. We're losing games, and 5 points is a shell of itself. I mean, can we have anything? No, no, absolutely not. No. I mean, I will say this. Granted, next weekend you play Missouri, which will be but there's no off weekends. You can lose to anybody. I mean, especially when you're playing to the level we are. I mean, do you realize Saturday Down South ranked, they did their power rankings for baseball. We were 14th, bro. That should never occur. 14th. Dead last. Power rankings for baseball. And I think that might have been before last night. Yeah. When in doubt, just blame Ray Tanner. Hey, wife cheats on you? Fucking Ray Tanner. Just blame Tanner. Spend too much at the bar? Ray Tanner. Yeah. If it wasn't for Ray Tanner, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, Ray Tanner. This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. Ray Tanner hurt me first. That's not even funny to joke about. Too high gas prices. That's Ray Tanner. I mean, obviously there's not an opening, but I've heard names floating around. Liberty's head coach, East Carolina's head coach, Mark Calvey, who's at South Alabama. Here's a hot take for you. You know who I wouldn't hire is Landon Powell. And people are like, why? He played here. The guy's at North Greenville. And I know they've won. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot different winning at North Greenville than winning here. D2. And so the way they've built that program, which, again, it's worked out very well for them. They just get transfers from D1 to come there, and then they've got D1 players on a D2 team. You know what I mean? So I love Landon Powell. Don't get me wrong. I do. I love Landon Powell. And it's not like if they went that route, I would revolt, but and Tanner, right? Yeah, well, I mean, again, that's the thing with the basketball search, the basketball coaching search. I don't think it's that people think Lamont Paris is just some awful hire, but it's like the process to get there was a shit show. Like, and I will say it's hard to trust anyone who at any point thought Will Muschamp was a good idea. It's really hard to. I mean, listen, I wasn't doing TSUS when he was hired. So I just looked at it from the fan scope of, okay, we'll see what happens. I mean, give them a chance, you know. Maybe people can learn from their mistakes, you know, because you don't want to go into it like guilty till proven innocent, damning him from the start. You don't really want to have to do that. I know many did. I mean, I don't blame them. But, you know, Ray Tanner made a mistake. Wow. Mott sticks at the old Tin Roof. Still no pizza, though, at Tin Roof. I've been trying to get Tin Roof to make their own pizza. How are the Mott sticks? Chico, how are the Mott sticks? You got to compare them. Give me a comparison to the loaded tots. I need like a where do they stand compared to the loaded tots? Good. Thumbs up. Thumbs up on the mozzarella stick. I will say it'd be pretty poor marketing though if he was like, these are trash, and we're like, come get them anyways. Come order them. Why not? No, all the food's good here. Mozzarella sticks. Is this a new menu item or just returning? New. Wow. Still no 50-cent wings, though. Wing shortage in Cola. Did you see the talk I posted the other day, Monday? I was like, I just want to let everybody know that I too have turned down the South Carolina men's head coaching basketball job. About Frank? Well, because he's no longer here. Probably going to take the UMass job. Yeah, I mean, I wish Frank the best. I mean, but, you know, been somewhere a decade and you went to one tournament. There ain't many schools you're going to be kept. Just not getting paid $3 million a year. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hey, like I said, I wish Frank the best if he does end up taking that UMass job. I mean, I'm sure he'll do a good job. I mean, I really will. I'm sure he'll do a fantastic job for them. So it's again, Frank Martin's a good basketball coach. He just, you know, it just didn't work here. I mean, I don't know. People got tired of not going to the postseason. So, but was Frank the only problem? No. So we got to invest in basketball beyond Lamont Paris. We got to actually care, you know, like Lamont Paris alone isn't going to make us good at basketball. We've got to invest in it and make a commitment to it. And will we? I don't know. I wish Tanner would step down just because I'm so tired of hearing about him. But I mean, I get it, but I'm like, dude, just let's talk about something else. Like, Ray Tanner, please just step down. Please just step down. Do us all a favor, you know. Save your legacy. It's like you don't need to do this. You're a national champion coach. You know? What do you think, my guy? Do you wish we'd have kept Frank? Yeah. Yeah. Tucker's like, it just exists. it just exists. It's just there, you know. It's just kind of. Yeah. True. Yeah. I hope that's not the case, but I wouldn't be shocked if you're right. Wouldn't be shocked if you're right. Maybe Paris is the answer, though. Yeah. Maybe Paris is the answer. Be something. Paris is all. Hey, we'll get Lamont acclimated, get him into a tin roof, give him a Chardonnay or two. Get him real acclimated. We'll go duck hunting with Lamont. Yeah. A couple Chardonnays and a couple ducks, and who knows what'll happen. You know? On that note, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it. I'm hungry. They're going to set up for Shag Night and everything. Again, great night to have a night here at Tin Roof. $3 draft, $6 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great food, great people, good times. Again, tip your bartenders. Take care of the fine folks in the back behind the scenes. Like I said, we do this every day, by the way, noon to 2, Monday through Friday, taking questions, comments, calls, podcast drops every day. If you don't know who I am, again, that big flag up there in the corner, that's yours truly, the Spurs Up Show. So we'll be out here next week doing the damn thing. And, of course, like I said, baseball gets going tomorrow. South Carolina Vandy, 3-game set, gets going tomorrow night at Founders Park. So, hey, we need them rowdy roosters, baby. Horns down. Horns down. If nothing else, horns down. Horns down, baby. We'll ride that all season. Cheers. Appreciate y'all coming out, man. I'm Chris Phillips, the Spurs Up Show. Sound guy Phil, take us into the night. We'll see you next week.